Hello, guest teachers, and welcome to wonderful Highgrove Elementary School. My name is Shireen Beruspad, and I am so excited that today's episode of Strategies for Success has brought us on location to one of our beautiful RUSD classrooms. Wilson Cuellar, how does it feel to be out of the studio and back inside the classroom?
Shireen, it feels great. We are so lucky to have the opportunity to film on site, and we are grateful for the staff at Highgrove Elementary for opening their doors. This is a great location for our next topic, anatomy of a classroom.
I couldn't agree more. Today, we will walk through a typical classroom and identify the key elements and important information you'll want to be sure to find as you navigate your day.
Shireen, that's amazing. Anatomy of a classroom. So what you're saying is that our guest teachers can use the different areas of the classroom to keep students engaged, maintain a positive learning environment, including the possibility of minimizing student off-task behavior.
Yes, Wilson, but you're getting ahead of me there. First things first, today we're going to start with the learning environment.
I've noticed that we are in an elementary classroom though. However, the strategies we're going to discuss today are applicable to middle school, high school environments as well.
Indeed, they are. The strategies we are highlighting today are resources and supports that any teacher can use, regardless of the grade level or subject matter being taught.
Well, thank you, Shireen. I can't wait to hear more about it. So tell us what you've got.
Every guest teacher will want to use their prep time in the morning before greeting their students, familiarizing themselves with the classroom's layout, as well as the emergency procedures. As a substitute teacher, it is essential that I locate the daily schedule, the lesson objectives, and the focus walls.
Wow, Shireen, that means that we want to make sure as guest teachers to definitely arrive on time to our assignments to ensure that we have enough time to go over the day's work and also have a better idea what's in the classroom. By the way, will we have enough time to speak about emergency preparedness procedures?
Absolutely. Emergency routines such as fire drills, as well as our various lockdown drills, all have different procedures, and substitutes will want to be familiar with the precautions and regulations put in place for each. Stay tuned, as we'll expand on this a little later.
So speaking of procedures, it is essential that our guest teachers take the time to acquaint themselves with the daily schedule.
Great tip, Wilson. This is often posted on the board or towards the front of the classroom. Referencing the daily schedule is another strategy I use to make sure that the class and I are staying on track. As I work through a lesson, the daily schedule helps me manage the time we spend on each assignment. If students show that they needed more or less time, that is something that I can reference in my end of the day note.
What great advice, Shireen. The routines help teachers stay in the flow of the instruction. Routines are an important part of our scholars' daily experience. Maintaining that structure and order of the classroom in their teacher's absence is one of the most important ways guest teachers can support their students. And once again, that flow keeps the students on task and minimizes off-task behaviors. Well, Shireen, how else can our guest teachers establish an environment that will improve student learning?
Oh, guest teachers know that objectives are key. Objectives are the expectations set forth for each lesson and help keep the students focused on the main idea of the lesson, as well as pinpoint what is most important information that should be understood before moving on to the next lesson. Teachers will often have the lesson objectives on display, either at the front of the classroom or near the board, or even posted on their respective focus walls.
Focus walls, Shireen, might be a term that not all of our guest teachers are familiar with. Can you elaborate on that?
Would love to, Wilson. In fact, follow me again. Focus walls are resources set up around the classroom. As you can see, it is typical to display different walls dedicated to different subject areas, such as ELA or math, for example. In a single subject classroom, however, the walls will all support the subject area you are teaching.
I love that you said that, Shireen, because again, the classroom and these focus walls is a resource that any guest teacher can use at the elementary, middle school, and high school level. Sounds like they have everything covered, Shireen. How do focus walls maximize the learning environment in class?
Great question. Focus walls identify the most important information pulled from the lessons the students are working on in class. They often include examples and sample problems. Key vocabulary and strategies are often highlighted on a focus wall as well.
I love this. What a wonderful resource this is, Shireen, for our guest teachers. Can our secondary substitute teachers also be on the lookout for anchor charts?
Oh gosh, anchor charts! Thank you for reminding me. A guest teacher is reviewing many different subject areas in any given week. Anchor charts are another excellent resource, even as a refresher, because, like an anchor, they hold thoughts, ideas, and processes in place as reminders of prior learning. A great way to begin a new lesson with a class is to review the lesson objectives and then walk through the corresponding anchor charts with the students. DOK Level 1 questions are often useful here as students recall and reproduce their responses.
Fantastic tips, Shadeen. Guest teachers, as students continue working through the lesson, focus walls are another great resource to encourage student independence.
And don't forget, focus walls and DOK questions are a helpful strategy to check student understanding as you transition from one lesson to the next. Remember, the more information you can leave for the teacher about the student's understanding and experience, the better.
Yes, Shadeen, the transition back to the classroom teacher is just as important. We want to make sure that our teachers are able to pick up where you left off in their absence. Hey, Shadeen, before we close, how about those emergency preparedness procedures?
Just as with an emergency, drills are rarely announced ahead of time. Locating the emergency materials will help save valuable time when exiting the classroom. Oftentimes, teachers will have a helper student assigned to this duty.
Another great reminder, Shadeen, as guest teachers, you will also want to make sure you have an awareness of those emergency procedures. You are organized and prepared ahead of time, you will have a better chance of being able to anticipate and react to any of those urgent issues. It will certainly go a long way in keeping our students safe as they are under your care.
Remember, it never hurts to review these procedures periodically, as fire drills are practiced monthly at RUSD sites. As you exit the classroom, never forget to grab your emergency backpack and walkie-talkie.
Wow, Shadeen, we have covered a lot of information today.
We sure did, Wilson. Guest teachers, don't forget, you can always access any of our previous Strategies for Success videos at our brand new website.
Yes, we are very excited to share our website dedicated to our Riverside Unified amazing guest teachers. In addition to our past topics, you'll also be able to locate many of the resources we've mentioned that will be invaluable to your teaching experience.
Exactly. We can't wait to hear from you. Let us know how you have been able to implement these strategies for success in your daily teaching. And if there is a topic you'd like to see us cover in a future video, you can reach out to us using this Google form.
Guest teachers, once again, we want to thank you for your hard work and dedication, keeping our students safe and engaged in the learning process here at Riverside Unified School District. We appreciate you taking the time to improve and grow with us as we better ourselves as educators.
We look forward to seeing you next time with another Strategy for Success.